231. Modern democracy is the historical form of state decadence. Friedrich Nietzsche, 1844–1900, German philosopher. 232. On Nietzsche, his practical philosophy is incompatible not only with socialism and communism, but with any idea of lukewarm liberal democracy. It is incompatible with modernity in toto. Once in his esoteric writings as exoteric, published and unpublished writings, as in his correspondence, mercilessly attacks the increasingly democratic, increasingly horizontal character of modernity. Nicolás González Varela, 2018. Author. 233. On Nietzsche, democracy is universalized to the point of suppressing every alternative. There is nothing outside it, since it solidifies as the only possible sense of political reality. Diego Felipe Paredes Goicoechea, 2018. Author. 234. Democratic institutions are quarantine establishments against the ancient plague of tyrannical appetites, as such very boring and very useful. Friedrich Nietzsche, 1844–1900, German philosopher. 235. On Nietzsche, however, this cure democracy can be worse than the disease itself because, although democracy plays a preventive role, quarantine can act to the detriment of modern human beings. Diego Felipe Paredes Goicoechea, 2018. Author. 236. What have I given an idea of? 5. That democratic Europe tends only to a sublime breeding of slavery that will have to be commanded by a strong race to support itself. Friedrich Nietzsche, 1844–1900, German philosopher. 237. The people never announce their liberties except under the delusion of an illusion. Edmund Burke, 1729–1797, British writer. 238. On Nietzsche, if democracy, like metaphysics, lacks historical sense, its ignorance of the future will prevent it from examining its own conditioning and, in this way, it will be vetoed any variability, any possibility of change. Diego Felipe Paredes Goicoechea, 2018. Author. 239. We are always faced with a tempting and bad question, said in honor of those who are entitled to such enigmatic questions, of the most vigorous present souls, who know best how to dominate themselves. Would it not be convenient in view of how they are? Develops in Europe the animal type of flock, to try a systematic, artificial and conscious education of the opposite type and its virtues, and it would not be for the same democratic movement a kind of goal, solution and justification that there would be someone to make use of it, so that finally, in its new and sublime configuration of slavery, and this is what will end up be the European democracy, find a way that superior species of dominating and Caesarian spirits to be placed on democracy, to stand by it, to rise by means of it? For new distant or own sites, until now impossible, for your homework? Friedrich Nietzsche, 1844–1900, German philosopher. 240. The only thing evil needs to succeed is that good men do nothing. Edmund Burke, 1729–1797, British writer.